Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, and welcome to whatever the heck this is. I am your host, Darth Ginger, and this is the Ugly Couch Podcast, where we talk about pretty much everything and anything kink based. And today I am joined by a lovely and very handsome man who, if you ever need security or protection, he's the one that you should call. He goes by DaSwirl on FetLife.com. Thank you so much for joining us, Shawn. How are you today?
Good. And yourself?
I'm doing way too good. It is too nice here in Arizona. It's like 54 degrees and it only is going to last for like a month.
Oh man, yeah, I'm jealous. It's pretty nippy over here in Rhode Island.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're in Rhode Island. I was just over on the East Coast and I did not bring enough clothes.
Yeah, no, you got to bundle up this time of year for sure.
Yeah, it's freezing. I mean, it wasn't snowing, but it was just it's and I was born in Arizona, so I have to have the warmth. I'm like a little lizard. So,
Yeah, no, I'm definitely more of a summer person myself.
does it get really warm in Rhode Island?
Yeah, I mean the summer. I mean not sweltering. It's but like the summer months. I mean we can definitely get into the 80s and 90s. Depending.
Whoa, look at
Yeah,
you. Usually
yeah.
last summer we got into 120.
Oh yeah, no, nothing like that. No one get that.
Would you ever like be able to like deal with that kind of heat?
I'd probably be okay with that. I really like warm temperature and I don't sweat too much, so it doesn't really bother me too much. Um, I like it way better than the cold. I am not a winter person.
Well, I mean, does it get pretty hot in the bedroom for you?
Yes, figuratively and literally, yes.
Whoa. Because you have your fiance or you're
Yeah.
married?
Fiance soon to be married. This, this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
When's the wedding?
The wedding is May 30th. Like, this is horrible. I'm horrible. Isn't this terrible? Because we just did the thing. Um, no, not May. May 1st. First. Yeah.
And
So
you're doing it in Rhode Island?
we're actually going to Central Park and doing it there.
Beautiful.
I'm from New York, so like I'm familiar with the area and stuff like
Oh,
that.
love New York. Have you ever been to what's it? It's Tavern on the
Tavern on the Hill. Or
Yeah,
yeah. No, I haven't been. I've heard of it, but I've never been though.
it's so beautiful.
Yeah, I've heard.
And so you and your fiance, you guys are swingers?
Yes. Yep. We play together. Um, we've been together 3 years, and um, I kind of introduced her to it. I've always been into it, so I kind of corrupted her. No, but it's all good.
Was she like a little innocent, like kind of vanilla
No,
before
she
you
wasn't.
like?
But no, she wasn't. She's by no means a square, but uh, she hadn't done anything like that before meeting me, and when we got together, it was pretty much like that right off the bat because that's what I was looking for. So it all worked out.
How did you approach like getting her into something like that? Like, did you just kind of like be like, hey, like, do you want to try this? Or well, like you just kind of like threw her in? Like, how did you go about that?
Well, it's interesting because I think it's interesting how couples get into it. I always find it funny, and not in a bad way, just interesting how some couples will be together for years and then they get into it, which is fine. But I've always thought that was kind of funny. We were very casual to start off with. I think we met through like I don't know, one of the dating sites. I can't remember which, but it was online and it was just like a very casual thing. And, started saying, with saying like, okay, not looking for any serious, like, I'm not really, I mean, I think I pretty much said, I just don't stick to one person. And that was like right from the start. And she's like, yeah, and she was like fine with that. And we just kind of evolved from there. So like right from the get, it was like, okay, like I'm not like monogamous. Like, I just know that about myself. Like, to pretend to try to be would be just like, you know, not good for anybody, because that's not what I want, you know. So, and she was on board with it, and we just kind of we went from there. And you know, I mean, of course, like, you know, and well, I'm trying to think. I think the first time we played with, I would say the first time we actually played with somebody though, like, we weren't like officially a couple. So I don't know if that made it easier. Like, you know, we were just kind of friends with benefits, and then we were playing with other people, and then when we decided to take the relation to the next level, then like we were already at that point, so it just kind of worked.
Experience.
What was that?
How was the first experience? Like, was it positive or
No, it
negative
was
or
good.
kind
It
of
was
between?
good, if I remember correctly, because now they're all kind of swirled together. I think it was with a couple that I had played with previously. This married couple that I've been with a bunch of times, and we had arranged to get together, and I was like, "Oh, do you want to come with me to this thing?" And so, and, and she's like, "Yeah, sure." So, um, she did, and yeah, it went pretty well. Like, everybody kind of found their own place. Like, the um the husband likes to watch me with his wife, but then he'll join in too. He's not like 100% like a like full on cuck, but so he joins in, but he also likes watching. And then she kind of just inserted herself into that scenario, and then like, she must have liked it, because we're still together. We Afterwards, I think after we pulled off into some parking lot and had some more fun there, me and just Mary and I. So obviously everybody was into it. Oh yeah, I'm very much into like public play too and stuff like that. Like, I'm all about it.
Repeated like your interaction with that couple since then?
I think I think that we only got together once, all four of us. Maybe all of us to maybe another time. No, I don't think so. But it was good. It was a good time. It was a good time. I think I had seen them afterwards at some point. But then they moved, and you know how that go, you know, then I haven't seen them in a long while, but um we had a pretty good thing going there for a little bit. So,
Had that because my partner and I were swingers too, and we had a solid couple, and then we were the ones that moved, but they still try and like visit us and stuff and try and
mhm.
make it happen again. It's definitely difficult when you move away. Um, is there like ever like have you ever like had like a negative experience with swinging?
Not well, okay. So I had a partner before, and same sort of thing, like right from the beginning, like saying like, okay, like, I don't really do monogamy, I'm into swinging and stuff like that, and they were essentially like, oh yeah, yeah, no, that's fine, that's fine. And then, but like, kind of down the road, kind of found out they weren't fine with it, because they were like, had a little bit of a jealous streak. So I don't know if they were just saying that to like kind of placate me or whatever, but like in the moment it was usually okay, but then like afterwards, like there was always like some sort of issue or fight or some um usually like about attention, like, oh, I felt like the attention was more on you and it wasn't on me. And so in those situations, I feel like my whole thing is like, you kind of have to you kind of have to insert yourself where you feel comfortable. Like, if you're to the side and you know everybody else is playing, people aren't necessarily going to come and pull you in, because maybe they think that's where you're comfortable at. You know, I feel like you kind of have to just do what you want to do. And you know, unless you have, I mean, and of course, and there's all different types of scenarios. You know, some people, I guess it was a case where they needed to like, they wanted to be pulled into it, and that wasn't always the case. And so if that didn't happen, there was problems. So it became a thing where like it just wasn't worth it to do it, because it always led to like an argument. And really, honestly, I feel like swinging is something that can bring you closer together. It really should, you know. It does for us. I mean, you know, when we play and, you know, with groups or whatever, and then we come home and it's just us, like, it's usually like really intense and kind of solidifies our relationship in that, you know, aspect. You know, obviously there's much more to our relationship than just sex, but sex is very important. I think people don't always realize that.
For me, my, how I show my affection to my partner is through sex. That's just my, people like, hugs and cuddles, and mine's like, no, it's sex. That's how I feel my intimacy.
Yeah.
If you love me, you're gonna fuck me, which
Yeah.
I did this morning. So thank you.
There you go. You see, there you go. And we did last night, you know, and it's just like, you know, everyone has their different love languages, you know, that whole thing. And mine's definitely like, you know, physical. And some people don't need that. Some people like can go, you know, weeks without sex. I don't get those people. I don't understand that, but you know, some people do.
Terrifying.
No,
Has there ever been a time that you've gotten jealous or your partner's gotten jealous over that?
never. Me, her, no, not, no. She's not the jealous. She doesn't get jealous. And me, I am like, I don't have a jealous bone in my body. Like whatever gene, whatever is the jealous gene, whatever, like I don't have it. Like now, I'm not so much like, oh yeah, go out and do whatever. Even though if she did, I wouldn't. Like if she wanted to do, I mean, there have been a couple of occasions where she has played without me present, and it's not like our thing, but the circumstances, for whatever reason, would dictate it. Maybe I was at work and someone, you know, was hitting us up or something, or so it has happened before. And like I'm just like, yeah, take some pics. That's all I need. That's all, you know, I just want to see. You know, I am like very, very voyeuristic. So like no. And we go to parties, and you know, sometimes there's, you know, a lot of guys and she's getting a lot of attention, and I'm just like, cool. Like I'm all about it. I love to watch. So yeah, no.
It's like, so I have this like cheating kink where I will like, without telling my partner, like kind of do my own thing,
Hmm.
but I make sure, like you said, take pictures and videos
Hmm.
and, get very interested in it.
Yeah. No, I'm like all about that. Like she knows, like we sometimes joke and be like, oh, if I came home and there was some guy like and we're fucking in the bed, she knows I'd be all about it. She would never do it because that's not her thing. She likes for me to be present, but she knows that like that scenario would like turn me on. Like in fact, like I'm having a reaction just thinking about it right now.
Do not, that happened to me about probably less than a month ago. I had a guy over, and him and I were like just on the couch. We had just got done, and he came home and he
Mhm.
was like, "Oh, this is hot. Like you guys just fucked. Like we're both butt naked on the ugly couch."
Right.
And he got just like so turned on, and he was like, "So you just fucked and filled her?" He was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Cool, get out. I want to finish too." And it was fan fucking tastic. Like it's so beautiful when you can have, like, I know it's not for everyone, but
Yeah.
to have that kind of like special bond, like it's not cheating if you're so open about it, but it's like kind of cheating, you know?
Right. Oh, what do they call ethical non ENM, ethical non-monogamy?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
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 So
Um
that's beautiful that you have that relationship because it's definitely not common at all.
yeah, no, I mean it's I don't think it's, well, here's what I'll say. I think it's not mainstream, but I think that a lot more people are into it than people realize. You know, I just think,
Typically known because people think that they're going to get shunned about it
yeah,
and they're not open about it.
yeah.
Whereas you and I, we're in the kink world. We're on fetlife.com if you want to look us up. He's DaSwirl. I'm Darth Ginger. And it's just kind of a thing that we're all into and we're open about it.
Yes, it's definitely in that community. It's definitely like um a common thread. Not all of it. Not, you do have people on there who are, with one partner and their kinks, go in different directions, such as like BDSM or something like that, which is less my thing. But yeah, no. I think as long as everyone is on board and open and honest, it's like, see, because me, like, I would, like, emotionally, I can only be emotionally invested in one person. Like, I'm not going to, like, okay, I can fuck some other girl, but like that doesn't mean I'm gonna like fall in love with her. Like, it's like, to me, I can totally like separate the two, and and she knows that, like, so it's just, so at the end of the day, there's not a problem. But different, everyone, it's funny how everyone just sees it differently, and how it is not kind of like mainstream. It's kind of hush hush.
Because that's the whole point with why I'm doing this movement, is to let everyone know that you don't, if you want to classify yourself as switch, dom, sub, whatever, you can be that, which is kind of a curious question. You classify yourself as a bull.
Hmm.
And how did you get to that point?
Well, I think, I don't know. I guess I just found myself in that situation more than anything. I guess that's why I just kind of took on that classification. Like, I found myself with like a lot of couples, um, and that's kind of like the moniker they wanted to give me. I mean, they never called me that outright, but looking at other videos and online, like, I just kind of, that's just kind of where I fell into. So, um, yeah. So
I will
definitely,
say
yeah.
you have a big black cock.
I
Just
do.
letting everyone know. You
It's
do. I've seen
I
it.
I get by. I've had no complaints. Like, like, okay, like, it's so, that's like such an interesting topic too, like with like dick size and stuff like that, because um it,
Like on my like
so many
channel, it's
varieties.
like size doesn't matter. It's how you fucking use it. Because
It
you
is.
can have a big dick and not know how to use it.
Well, that's funny, because like, we go to these parties and you see these guys and they're like, I mean, like, literally probably like twice my size, and um sometimes it's not like, and I see them with other people, or even with, they're with, my fiance, and she'll be like, yeah, that wasn't, great, or whatever. So it's not all about the size. And I've seen guys with, maybe smaller packages, and the girls seem to be having like, a great time, even if you look on FETA, the videos and stuff like that. And so that's interesting too. I'm like thick. That's what I like. I'm thick. I'm probably a little bit more than average, but my thickness is, I think, is what gets me. What makes me
And
pass the
you are
girl.
very girthy, and that
Yeah,
is something that I think that I've talked to a lot of females about, that we prefer girth than length.
that seems to be the consensus. Because I've seen legs that are like really like long, but then they're really skinny. And I think if it's a choice between long and skinny, and maybe not so small, but like maybe shorter and thick, I think thickness wins, is kind of the consensus that I've gotten. But no, I'm very proud of my package. It's good.
I say you should
We've
be very proud of your
we,
package. It's
we've been
beautiful.
through
If you want to
we've
check him
been
out
through a
again,
lot
he's
together.
DaSwirl on FetLife. Like,
Yeah.
it's fantastic.
Yeah. But it's funny. I'm not like in love with it, because I can go on a whole thing too with FetLife profiles and the pictures that people choose. I have like, I
I have
don't
to
really.
have you back on then, so we could talk about that.
Yes, because people, I have like, I don't know. I don't have hundreds of pictures of my dick. I mean, my point being, I guess, like, how many angles you need to see of someone's, like, dick, or of your own, like, 200 pictures of a dick. It's like, men are very in love with their dicks, I guess, is the story.
I'm a terrible woman. My favorite kind of dick pics, I have this weird fetish. If you take a photo from up here,
Mm.
and you have your like a hard dick, but with your shoes on.
Okay. All right.
It's weird. I don't know where I developed this fetish from, but if you have like some like DCs on or something,
Uh-huh.
and you've got like a hard dick, that is the best dick pic to ever send me. Go ahead and blow up my inbox. I don't fucking care.
You know you're gonna have quite a few pictures like that now.
I'll take it. I mean, I'm
Yes,
already at 99 plus on my inbox already today. So thank you, everyone.
I believe it.
Well,
Right.
it's because of you, because I posted about you being on my podcast. So they saw your dick and they're like, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
everyone's flooding.
I love dick pics. Go ahead and send them to me. I'm gonna rate
Listen,
you,
you
whatever.
you can't have too many. I mean, yeah, like like I at the same time where I say okay, like 100 dick pics. At the same time, like yeah, like each one's a special little snowflake.
Like it's the same thing with like getting like a titty or pussy or butt pic, Like we have to get really creative with it.
You do because you gotta switch up the angles. You gotta whatever you gotta do to jazz it up. But no, you don't
You
have
guys
to.
you guys have to get more creative. It's a lot of work for men.
It is. I don't know if I have it on my FET, but I'll have to add it. Like I have this picture of like me in my birthday suit eating birthday cake Oreos. I don't know if it's on there. If it's not, I'm gonna have to put it on there. And like I have the Oreo package like blocking my junk, and then like
Wait, what kind of Oreos though? Is it just
birthday cake
oh, bir-
Oreos. Yeah, they have like birthday cake icing. So
yeah, you should probably post that.
I'm
I'll
gonna
put a link
now
down.
I have to post it because they're pretty funny. But yeah, no, there's this thing on Facebook I see circling around every now and then. It's like to my friends, I don't necessarily want to have sex with you, but I do want to see you naked. I don't know if you've seen that like meme or whatever. And it's like, dude,
That before. Yeah.
I want to see you naked. It's just pure curiosity. Not necessarily like I want to bang you. I mean, maybe I want to have sex with you, but like, I'm just curious. Like, I just like that side of seeing, that sexual side of people, and I'm always interested into, what they are into or thinking about. I'm just very voyeuristic, and I ask like a million questions, and I just like to explore. That's why I'm here, because I like to explore.
So groovy. So thank you like for sharing so much. Like especially about like swinger stuff. I wish that more people were open about that kind of stuff because there's two swinger clubs here in Phoenix and one of them is really trashy. I won't say their name.
Mm-hmm.
Another one's really nice, costs a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
but it's worth it. But swingers clubs is so much fun and you don't have to go into the club and feel entitled to do anything with anyone else. You could just go in and like the one that I really like to go to, they have a voyeurism room and
Mm-hmm.
I love it because one, they have a sex swing and I
Mm-hmm.
fucked it up once.
Oh, got a little too crazy.
I got a little too well because three other couples came in and they're like, okay, like cool, like let's do it. And then we broke the chain and whatnot. And it's fine. And then the ghetto one, they have a hot tub room, and it's like covered in like mirrors, like all the walls and the ceiling. And I broke one of the mirrors, but they fixed it.
Mm-hmm.
And I told them, I'm sorry, I'll pay for it. They're like, it's okay, it happens. And I was like, sorry.
Yeah, that wasn't the first time.
And it was definitely not the first time. But being a swinger, it's super fun, and it shows that like we can play with other people. But what my partner always says is, as long as we go home together and we go to bed together.
Right, right.
Yeah,
That's what it's about. Just having a solid foundation, and from that,
exactly.
have your fun, and then at the end of the night, you have each other. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, especially with your beautiful bed. It's so ornate. I can't get over it. It's so beautiful. I'm
Well,
so jealous right now.
it's funny because like this is like our bed that we sleep in, and then we have a spare room, and that's like the playroom bed. So like
Wow.
we hardly ever play, and we hardly ever actually play with anybody else in in here. So I don't know if that's like a purposeful distinction, but that's just the way it's played out. We're like, so that way, if there's a mess made in that one, we don't have to worry about sleeping in some sort of
It's like a hotel room. You're like,
yeah,
oh, we'll take care of it later.
yeah, it's like whatever, like change the sheets. Like we don't have to worry about changing the sheets. We're gonna bed or anything like that. With uh all the activities.
Well, that's so groovy that you have found someone that like you can have that kind of relationship with.
Yeah,
I never want to like tell someone don't be a swinger or don't play with others. If you want to, just be open and talk about it, And if you don't want to, that's fine. But like, hey, you guys, it's really fun.
you're missing out.
So, 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 thank you so much for being on here. You are, again, I'm gonna say this because you did tell me that you are a security guard,
Hmm.
and and you are very protective, and that's super awesome.
Well, thank
Um,
you, man. It's been so much fun.
yeah,
I
and
love,
is there what?
I love what you're doing.
Oh, thank you. I'm just trying to put out the word that like if you want to do some weird shit, sometimes people put up weird stuff in their butt. There's like a weird thing on like kinky and popular on FetLife the other day that like some girl was like putting a wooden dildo up her butt, and I was
Mhm.
like, if that's what you want to do, okay, cool. Not my kink, but
Well,
if you
yeah.
want to try, okay,
Seen
cool. I've put up
seen
weird
bed,
things.
yeah, bed. I've seen bed posts. I've seen gear shifts and
Yeah.
whatever. That's your thing. That is your thing. And I'll probably watch it.
Right? Yeah. There's a reason why that I support FetLife because I get to be able to see all the things that interact with everyone,
Yeah.
see all the activity, and it's a beautiful site. I'm not sponsored by this site. It's fetlife.com. Imagine like a kinky Facebook, pretty
Yes.
much what it is.
Yeah.
So, is there anything you want to plug in?
No, no, just myself. Just DaSwirl on FetLife. Come and check me out. I'll make sure I post those Oreo pictures.
Yeah, now we
I've
have to
talked
see
about
that
them.
because
I've
now I'm just
mentioned
gonna
them.
like dread this for like a week.
Uh-huh. Got a couple of fun videos and pictures. Nothing crazy. Just a few of our exploits when I'm not too busy having fun. Sometimes I take some pictures and videos and your profile as well. It's great. I've always loved your profile. It's
Oh, thank you.
awesome.
Well, thank you so much for being a guest on here.
Yes.
Um, I am so excited because this has been a topic that I've been wanting to talk about for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you all for watching. This is the Ugly Couch Podcast, I finally get to swear, whatever the fuck this is. Thank you so much. And I hope you all enjoy it. And thank you, Shawn, for being a part of it.
Of course, anytime.
All right, you guys, get the fuck out of here and go do some homework.
Bye.
Bye.